Hooper here, and hello there. I believe I'm live now. Fiona Hooper here, and this is the first of my regular weekly live chats about poetry and painting, and it's going to be very light-hearted. Hopefully there'll be some people wanting to join in and maybe even create their own poems, and just a bit of fun really. And so the first thing, just a slightly serious bit, is that the art of writing poetry about paintings actually has an official name, which I never realised, it's ekphrasis, which is Ekphrasis. It's just basically a visual, a verbal description of a visual work of art, whether that's real or imaginary. So there was something I didn't know until I started looking at doing this, which I think's amazing, that actually writing poetry about painting has its own name. And I've also learnt a lot more about poetry while I've been looking at this. And I've also I've had a few contributions of poems about my art, and I've written a few myself, which I'll come on to either today or another time. So I had one which was rather cute, which is: my name is Fiona Hooper. I like to paint quite fast. I protect my work with varnish to make sure that it will last. So it's going to be a bit fun. It's going to be not at all serious necessarily. It's all to do as well with painting, how painting makes me feel, how I feel about the places that I paint, because I love painting landscapes, as I'm sure you can see from the work behind me, and a lot of you will know my work already anyway. Do feel free to put comments up if you'd like to, ask me questions, contribute any poems if you like. But it's with the poetry, to me, comes in that when I see a place, it's how I feel about that place, and it incorporates not just the visual, but also the sound, the smells, the climate at the time, whether there's a breeze blowing, whether I was fighting the wind with my easel, if I'm out painting outside. So it's all lots of different factors that to me contribute to the poetry of a painting. And I've even been thinking recently about writing a poem to go with each painting that I do, whether I can manage that. I'm not claiming to be a great poet by any means, but it could be a fun thing to do, and might just be amusing to people if nothing else. So a little bit of added value, shall we say. So I'm going to have various different poems, some serious, some not. And if you'd like to bring a drink along with you to the sessions, I've got some water just because I'm thirsty, then please do, and maybe we can have a lovely chat online about poetry, painting. Ask me any questions you like, whatever they might be. I will try and answer them. Won't promise, but I will try. For example, there are in the ways of writing poetry, most of us probably heard of things like iambic pentameter when we were at school, but I think there's at least 51 different formats that poetry can take, which is just, oh, hi Joan, hi, welcome to our chat. How can you actually have 51 different types of poems? But there's all sorts of things, from an ABC poem that has 5 lines, creates a mood, a picture or a feeling, and then lines 1 to 4 are made up with either words or phrases where the first word of each line is in alphabetical order, and the last line can begin with any letter, which just, would you even know if you saw one, sort of thing. And then you've got ballads, which are a bit like folk tales or legends, which often have a refrain or a chorus in between. Just so many different types of poems, like from the rhyming poems through free verse, which doesn't have to rhyme, but it can do, but doesn't have a set pattern to it. It's a whole new world out there to discover and explore, poetry and art. So I'll just, another little funny one for you, well, entertaining one, hopefully. Roses are red, violets are blue. I've created this painting just for you. So, oh, hello, we've got Chris online as well, saying I'm going to write poetry as well as paint. Amazing. Well, hopefully amazing. I'm not promising on that at the moment. It could be amazing, but it might be just a bit of I don't know, just a fun entertainment really. So, but yeah, I like to think that people will look at my paintings and see their own sort of poetry in the paintings as well. Just get that feeling of tranquility, hopefully peace and calm, because that's what I try to convey in my paintings, and just to maybe come up with their own, they may not even think of it as poetry, but their own feelings about that painting when they're looking at it, to just to evoke an emotion. You know, paintings aren't really just paint on canvas, it's emotion. You know, if it was just paint on canvas, we could just throw some paint at it and that would be done. But what we're trying to express on the canvas is emotion, and convey that to people that hopefully want to buy the paintings or just stand and gaze at them, appreciate them. I mean, the aim with my paintings is that, you know, after a really long, hard, busy day at the office maybe, you can get home, sit down, relax, look at the painting, lose yourself in it, you know, feel as though you can step into the painting, walk on the grass, you know, move amongst the trees, and just really enjoy it for what it is. So now, if anybody's there and wants to make a comment, please do, don't be shy. And if anyone would like to contribute a poem, it can be anonymously. You can message me separately from this live if you like, and if you're happy, I'd love to read them out next time. Something different, just not all my own things. And there are so many poems out there about artwork as well. Some are quite irreverent. Things like one's about the Mona Lisa, which I might save for next time. And maybe not quite as appreciating the artistic merit of some paintings as they might do, but they're quite entertaining, I think. So anyway, so this is basically going to be poetry and painting, and I hope that you will come back and join me again, and we will hopefully get this a little group going here and exchange some ideas and thoughts about how paintings can stimulate the feeling of poetry when you're gazing at them, or even for other artists when you're painting them. How do they make you feel? Do they trigger feelings of sort of poetry and you know, being in a different space when you're actually painting? I know a lot of artists get into the zone as they're painting, so they're the same as me, you know, we lose all track of time and we're in a different world, which, you know, could be another way of saying, you know, that you're feeling that sort of poetry of the painting. So anyway, do hop on, do share any comments, comment on the live after it's finished, and hopefully I'll hear from you then. Take care now. See you again soon. Okay, bye.